Just thought I'd show you. This is at some type of public library or something like that. But look at these steps, kind of cool. Circa 1939. They're stone steps. And here's the field. Obviously, they would look at the field and watch baseball, etc. But imagine, place yourself 1939. Just before World War II. You came out here and you enjoyed yourself in these steps as you watched your people play. Got a little delamination going on with their stone. The concrete cement covering. Okay, perhaps that was the steps to get you up and down. I was wondering if they would have something like this. I think they'd have another notch there, but I don't see it present for the notch. Hey, Hermit, this is just some stone. I'll show you what it is, Hermit. Some stone steps, circa 1939. Outside Delaware City, there's a port over here, a little river. I'm actually going to another job site. I'll show that in the video, probably on this channel. Yeah, 1939. Just pushing yourself back in time. Pre-World War II. They don't even know it's going to come yet. Maybe the Nazis just started doing some stuff. But they built this then. It's outside what appears to be current day a public library, I think. I guess with some signage like that. I was expecting a river crossing. Sorry, Hermit. No, there's a river. How about that? There's a river crossing right there. There's a boat there if you see through there. Actually, I am going to the water. It's going to be got to do check out a job site with that has some helicoils going inside of it. I've got some drone shots of that too. I'm going to put them together and post that online, possibly on this channel here. I'm not sure. I wish there was more of these guys here to show how you climb up. I guess you just said excuse me to everyone as you went around. And maybe this was just the first step that no one sat on because it's at grade. And then we have steps here. I guess you'd sit all the way up top even. It's just, we don't do stuff like this anymore, right? So you sat here, look at that. Wow, that's a big seat, man. I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with it. Got a little hanging going on. Let's see how it feels up top too. Also, same comfort range. It's the same height. It's pretty damn consistent. I'm gonna walk down a few feet and sit down again. Feel how consistent it is. Wow, that's pretty comfortable. And it'd be pretty hard to fall off here because you still have that much room for my hand over to recover. Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. The bottom one is, in fact, maybe for little kids, it's even a shorter step. Well, there you go. Just a little step design, circa 1939 steps, or bleachers rather. I just went live so you guys can talk to me if you wanted to. I hear some new images are up, Hermit. Somebody just sent me a message saying there are new images up of the bridge. Have you seen them yet? I guess I'm gonna go look at them. I know I have a delay, so I'm waiting for you to tell me you're going to go troll them real quick. You'll be ahead of me. Hopefully you'll answer me before I end out. Nope, I guess that's not me. Yeah, that's what someone wrote me. I forgot who it was already. But he just wrote me and I just wrote him back. So it's on I think it's on the bridge clap video. He wrote me on the FIU, my last comment on the last FIU bridge. Yeah, I'm gonna lose signal where I am. This is Delaware City. It's doesn't have much signal down way where I'm going, down another few miles. It's going to be an overlook for bird sanctuary. Birds sanctuary, outdoor, not as in captive birds, but wild birds. And I've got to go there. But it's an interesting little town, man. It's got boats. It's got I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little tour of it real quickly, and then I'll sorry anybody else curious about it. So then I held the video up, but I'll give you a quick little tour of it, Hermit. It's kind of an interesting little town. So I'll give you a cross section where I am. Delaware City is a refinery here. I'm on Route 9 in something called Green Street. So Green Street and 5th Street is where I am in Delaware City. They've got things like this here. This is the little crab place. They sell crabs. And what's kind of cool about it, this little Delaware City place, look at this. It's a marina. Yeah, you can do that on Street View, right? Look at this little marina. You wanted to cross a river crossing? Can't let you down, Hermit. We're crossing a little river now. And there's someone on the boat. No one's behind me as of yet. Is this cool or what? Now it looks all right. And this is what a sanctuary is going to be. Hey, Tom. You had crabs once? You're a funny guy. Funny guy. It's by what this says, Fort DuPont, and DuPonts are really the chemical people. It says Fort DuPont's historical riverfront, and the job site is going to lose you guys shortly. Is down here, where it has a. Check that out. Look at that big, beautiful view. And the reading on the sign says, "Do not read the sign." Yeah, I actually have to read it through my phone, so you guys can read it for me. The fort was originally established in 18. It's back there. Perhaps I'll get back there, but I've got to head to the. You know what? I don't have to head there just a second. I don't know how far how far we'll get away with this. Food distribution warehouse deliveries. Where's this damn fort? Oh. I thought it was going to be an elder home back here. Perhaps that's the fort, guys. Fort DuPont. If they're consistent with damn dormitory look. But I bet you it's not. Some type of elder place back here too. You imagine retiring back here. Well, a retirement home, if you will. Wow, they're putting some homes there too. There's the plumbing going in, the drainage system. Water drainage system. There's a boat ramp. Military Academy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Hermit. Is that what it is? You know better than me. You probably found it first. Fort DuPont Administration. Blah, blah, blah. Boat ramp straight ahead. I don't know if I'm on a legal road or not. I hope not, because I don't have my seatbelt on. It says Wingate Road and Maple Road. And I see a boat ramp over to yonder to the left. But I'll show you the old, it looks like, as you just said, if it was the barracks, this is probably what they looked like initially. And somebody put some cash out for that. I'm working on it. Oh, dry stack stone. Dry stack stone wall. Looks like you could do a movie there. Fix it up, do a movie there, and then, you know what they do? They build a free house when they're done. Here's the rest of the dry stack stone. Delaware State Park, someone said. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And here's our, wow, the homes are over there. Flabber. Yeah, I'm with you, Tom. So, wow, there are some boats, ramp access. Making sure some in the state park. Did they wear a seatbelt in the state park, I wonder? Look at the darn ramp. This guy's got a van in the ramp. Boat ramp access. Excuse me, what did you say? Civil War. Oh, Civil War. Okay, Hermit. Cool. Kermit, look it up. There's a Civil War military base. But DuPonts, they gave ammunition to both sides. There's something else. So who the hell knows whose status that was. Oh, look, they got a pooper here too, guys. I mean, not the girl pooping. Wow. She's got a pooch on her. Yeah, I know. I'm politically correct. There's that boat. There's the boat access. How cool is that? So there's your boat access. And I'm not going to come this close and not let you guys see it that closely. That nice. My luck, this guy, no, he's not pulling the boat out. I'm not bothering me. I like boats, Hermit said. Let's see what it looks like. We crossed a bridge to the left, and I'm sure we'll see it in a second. All boats using this boat ramp must be display a valid Delaware boat registration decal, blah, blah, blah. Well, what if you got a Pennsylvania license? You can't drive, you have to have a license in Delaware too, obviously. Huh. Oh, using the ramp, it said, not the waterway. So if you can use the ramp, you're going to have that Delaware license, it's saying. The waterway's fair game. Oh, that's that. When I zoomed in, I believe this is probably that same boat, guys, cruising. Now, I might fall in on me because I'm reaching. Let's see what I got in my pockets. Anything worth value? Well, I hope my key would still work. I should have left it in the car. It's electronic. You know me, reaching, guys. I get a little too excited. I'm not afraid of water falling in the water. I enjoy that. I enjoy the water, so I have a subconscious mind that wants to fall in on purpose. It's probably brackish. God damn, man, you're gonna make me taste this water, Tom. Shit. Here we go. Ugh. I'd say it's fresh water. I didn't taste any salt, Tom. I didn't taste any salt. Okay, they're rolling in. There's a van, and they're going out. Damn, I knew I blocked somebody. I thought you were leaving. You're okay? Let me move that truck. No, I didn't ask you. I was asking this lady here. I'm an alpha guy. Okay, good enough. That's that alpha attitude of me, guys. Yeah, I knew I sabotaged something. Hey, sorry about sabotaging you like that. You got it. You got me. Yeah, hey guys, you can see I'm a little aggressive sometimes. I got aggressive with the guy, and I didn't have to. So, but sometimes you can bite off a little more than you chew when you cross me a little bit. I wouldn't cross me if I was anybody. I'm the type of person you want on your side, not against you. So anyway, but looks like they have tides there. Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure I'm going to lose you to where I'm headed, but if I don't lose you, yeah, thanks, Tom, but you're so far away. Well, I'm working on the amygdala thing, so I felt attacked by that guy, interrupting my conversation with that one guy, if you think about it, right? Using my amygdala principle, I was immediately attacked by some stranger who I wasn't talking to, who I clearly knew was coming from the van, and he was not a part of my problem. He introduced himself into the problem I was trying to resolve for myself. Hey, thank you, Hermit. So I immediately, straightened him out, letting him know his position in this whole conversation is not in it. And it was live on YouTube. Well, I don't underestimate anybody. You see, old guy, that I don't underestimate anybody. I use the principle of Vietnam, right? Remember Vietnam? They underestimated all those guys. They're just little. They're just little people. They're skinny little people. Well, they fought for what? 10, 12 years kicking ass, 15 years kicking ass, everybody French. So it turns out size doesn't matter, age doesn't matter, sex doesn't matter. They kick ass. It depends how much you're willing to stand by your goals. So don't underestimate anybody by age, sex, or anything else, or your ass will wind up the victim yourself. So I think I'm going to lose you on this, but this bridge, it says, so if siren sounds, it's your ass, it says, because we're close to, this is Reedy Point Bridge, Chesapeake, Delaware. It's a federal bridge. I wanted to show, hopefully stick to it. I'm going to show you the underside of the structure where some I shouldn't have said that. There's some problem with it, but I wanted to work it to you to let you guys figure it out. Again, I'm not sure if the signal would be good on the other side. You can see we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so cell phone towers aren't important. Of course, I jumped the subject at this point. So this is the Reedy Point. Reedy Point. It's beautiful down here. That's the bridge, though. We're going to get to that bridge spot. I went down there the other day and drove out to the peninsula. I got cars coming ahead, so I can't do anything for you guys. Hold on. I'm looking straight ahead, even though I got the camera for you guys looking off to the sides. Here's the portal of this structure. It's a box girdered system. You can see it's all tied together with rivets. Of course, you guys can see that going this fast. It's got an arch to it. The members and. Okay, cool. The job site's down on the left. I'm sure this phone won't work there. It didn't the other day. And I was going to show you guys helicoils going in for a visual for. I hope you're still there. A visual for. I'm gonna double right here. A visual for. A visual for. Look out for. So this is like middle of nowhere, but this little area is kind of cool. I would buy something back here. You know, it'd be a little bit of a hump to run back and forth to all my locations, but wow, it's so peaceful. Now we're rolling up on this structure here on this bridge, right? Let me have a little fun with you guys on what your evaluation is. And it's right about. We're getting close. I gotta use my eyeballies here. And I'm here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Give me a minute. I'm gonna show you, why is my screen so dark? I wonder why. What's this, guys? What are you looking at? I'm gonna try to stay still for a moment. What's your evaluation? And some tips and clues. This is a load bearing column, I'll say that, and I'll give you a little more as we go. Hopefully your cell phone doesn't drop out. What are you looking at? Is this really critical? You know, is this a immediate failure? It's a column, no bricks. Okay, so I'll start adding to it. Then you're looking at concrete. Rebar rusting out. Rebar rusting, yep, good. You're adding data. Keep adding. Cantilever, girder system. You try to find out even if it's relevant first. Is it taking a load? You know, well, evidently it is. But we have to first, you know, we don't want to assume it's load bearing immediately. But so you evaluate, it's load bearing, it's not decorative. Nasty. Well, that's it. Look at the materials. You can see that apparently it's had some repair done. You're looking for buckling. Something is buckling, it's overloaded at that point. We don't drive on it. Now I've already on it. No, this one's good. It's still good, is what I'm trying to say. It's still salvageable. Maybe not. This is not. Maybe this is beyond salvageable, but it's still functional. I mean, where do you guys go? It's not expanding itself. So if you could wrap, say if you can grab it just in general, wrap a string around it, right? And then go up the column instead of trying to be all scientific about it using measurements width and a giant caliper. Wrap a damn rope around it. That's your caliper. Use a rope around it, and hopefully you won't do too much off. You'll be plumb with your rope as you go around. You're going to visually see if you can find buckling. What's interesting though is you see that big old piece missing out there too. I can't get over there without tearing my legs up. I know that because I already tore my legs up going over there. This is round 2 for you guys sharing with you. That was done the other day. The rebar has gotten water on it, obviously, and it started rusting. It expanded. It started popping off the surface. Oddly, though, looking at the material that's on the surface over the top of the rebar, it's mostly cement. It's really, I gotta be careful with that. Cement is cement only, right? You have concrete the moment you add any aggregate. You're making concrete of some type. That's my opinion. And it's not just an opinion. You can say tomato, tomato, but if you don't need a certain aggregate, there's nothing spec that says you have to meet a certain aggregate size get concrete. Once you add the aggregate, you're making concrete. I'd say even if you're making a cement mix, you're making a concrete. If you add Portland and then you add a sand to it, your sand's of multiple grains, right? Multiple sizes. It's a concrete, but we call that a mortar mix. Think about it of that. I like trolling people on that one and find anybody to find me wrong. And the reason we started because people started getting upset, and a lot of the concrete guys on the forums. That's not concrete, that's cement. And so technically I trolled. So this outer surface is more of a cement mixture. After I said all that, right? Trolled myself backwards. It's more of a cement mixture. As you look at the delamination, you think you'd find stones, bigger aggregate in it. They are not. It sounds like Denny Pate cracks aren't structural. No. You're crossing over topics now. You're crossing over topics. And you're trolling me. So, anyway, so, this, so this is a load bearing, it's a column. So you're going to check if a column and it's buckling. And this is not buckling. So that's a different member altogether. We got different failures over here though. On this one, I don't know if you can see it. Again, my camera's dark and I do have the screen lit way up. Sorry guys, focus is a little bit hard to come by these days. Okay, looking at this seam, look above the seam butting together. You see the nice good corners? Now let me troll your ass down over yourselves down here. Why is that missing? Let's come down a little further. Why is that missing, guys? What's going on there? And then video ends after this. I have to get my drone out and take footage of that job site. But what's wrong with that? Oh, I told you guys I like painting, right? Painting auto body stuff. Show off for a second. No orange peel, straight out of the gun. Come on. This thing is beautiful. It's like silk. I took another guy who does the auto body people said, expansion. Tom's nailing it. What do you mean, Tom? Give me a little more. No frost. Frost. You use the word frost. That nailed you down. I want frost. Expansion. This expansion joint between the girders is plenty. It's nice and wide. But so they accounted for that expansion there for the girders requiring this much. Then you come up to the concrete, and as it expands, the heat expands it. It hits hits both sides, obviously, but it resolved itself on the left side in that case. Some of it resolved it on both sides. That's on this side. And so this is something you learn. You know, this is crack analysis, your forensic stuff you put in your brain. That if you see this crack, it's the upward side of the deck apparently. That if you're going to have the two forces meet, it's the one that's the upward, the upstation one that gets that is showing the failure each time. So you put this in your little brain, and you now have something else to reference when you see cracks like this. So you show me that, and I go, yeah, I bet you there's more of them upstation all the way down the bridge. And at some point where you get lower, where the transition gets more flat, you see both of them coming in contact on both sides of the expansion is a failure. So we can come all the way here as we look at it, and I'll zoom out. So we come all the way to this one, and now we no longer have the issue. Obviously the road deck has changed its profile, and that's resolved. And this is a girder system switched over to a larger girder system, switched over to well, this is a girder system with that's a floor beam. I'm gonna lose you guys. Let me see. So this is girder. Look underneath. Let's help you get underneath. So they're girders with a floor pan. I see rebar again. Yeah. So focusing, guys. Bear with me. So they're girders with a floor pan. There are no stringers across this one. It's a structural floor pan. I'm gonna get my brain right. Pan, P-A-N, that holds the decking, the concrete, etc. Down here, where it's the larger girder system, they're two girders. Then they switch over to floor beams, stringers, and then a floor pan. You can see the system's changed over from here to round columns, etc. And that has a larger header system on it to transfer the loads down. It's kind of weird though, because these girders are not resting on it. Goes on it's on the outside apparently, on my side, and then on that side it's stepped, S-T-E-P. I see rebar again. I'm going to wrap this up. It's got a nice walkway, gangplank to catwalk. Gangplank is the boat, right? I get my movies mixed up with real life. Catwalk, because only cats are allowed to walk on it. So you see the look how interesting pier cap, where it takes load under compression under that one to the right for the girder, and to the left, that little section takes no load and shares over here as 2-point loads here and here. And that's just a floor beam. Wonder why they changed the look or the design. Who knows? They had a reasons, right? But now we see that we have girder, outside girder, acting like a header, if you will, guys. And then if I want to help you, this is just bracing, cross bracing. Don't get too wild into that. We got a floor beam here, and then this is the girder stringers that lay on top of the floor beam that takes the load of the structural pan, the metal pan you see above. If you guys can see it, I don't. Yeah, there we go. Perhaps you can. That's structural panning, and concrete goes on top of that, asphalt, etc. This gives me a thought about the bridge. Genoa Bridge. I have a few more data to share with you, and and just in general, you see that crack. I put an image up showing cracking in the asphalt on the deck. I shared it on the line, and I was wondering that too, Tom. And you can look it up actually. This is Corps of Engineers stuff, Army Corps of Engineers. That's S-25. We're at F-26 and F-27. You can actually find this stuff if you can. So you can see, I guess I never told you guys that's how they mark these columns. So then the backside is going to have another mark, a different name. And so where are you? Wonder if the pier's right. And the other engineer I was with, he's actually calling in on this one, pier 26 and 27. He's actually making a complaint about 26 and 27. So the what are we talking about here? The cracking and a bridge, should it have asphalt as a wear layer? And I actually think no now, because you can't see the cracking that might take place below the subsurface. Using Genoa Bridge, that damn asphalt appears to be 8 inches in thickness, approximately, that you can't see if the deck is cracking below. And I think the deck, and I showed the one image where that it's got it. Well, we see it's 8 inches asphalt in one of the collapsed images, and then we see that. That one image I showed, you see a huge opening in the westbound lane, and I don't know if it's going across the eastbound lane because, well, it's got 8 inches of asphalt bridging the deck on top of as a wear layer, and that could hide structural failures underneath. So that's my share, guys. Think about that. Asphalt can hide your structural failures going on in the decking. Under here, of course, you'd be able to find it. You can inspect every visual part of that panning, if you will. I don't have to say if you will on that one. You can inspect the panning and look for deflection, etc. But even if you had a hole in that pan, though, look, you've got these girders you'd have to come through. The car would, have a big hole in it. You'd be okay still. This system is steel. You know how I feel about steel, guys. Look, is any post-tensioning I got to figure out? Any cables elongating? Any testing needed? No. Now, you see what happens. The expansion's right here. Now you cut this opening and you address it. to make sure the steel's not buckling, that you're pinned, is that you didn't lose your ability to flex at this point, to slide back and forth, because of the top one binding you at this point. The binding part is the issue. So that would be of concern. That is this top part binding the bridge expansion, or is it even, you know, is it somehow anchoring these columns to start flexing left, right, northeast? I like to use my other finger, but this one's broken now, so I'm embarrassed to use it. So anyway, this might go this way or that way. I didn't mean that. So here it is, guys. This is where they're spending. I don't know what the price tag is on this thing. Where I'm going to show them here, and I'll do a flyover, and I got to do a video. I don't know what the price tag is, but it seems like wow. I'm just leaving it at the wow part. So nice talking to you. 31 minutes. I'm hanging up, and we'll see each other again.